I am going to make chocolate mousse inside of a chocolate box. So this is something that's very simple to do. It just requires some nice handiwork, okay? So what I have here, I'm actually gonna start right over here. I have some chocolate that I've melted. When you're melting your chocolate, you wanna be careful not to overheat it. Chocolate melts very easily in your hand. So if it gets super hot, it'll burn, and then if it burns, there's no bringing it back. You have to throw away and start everything all the way over again. But I have some nice chocolate that I've melted here, okay? I am going to use some nice molds. These molds, you can use them with any mold you like. These are flexible. You can also bake inside of these as well too. I'm actually going to use the middle mold just because it's just so cute. But you can use either one you want. The reason I kind of went with the middle one is because it has less pieces in there and less chances for the chocolate to get in there and snap. So I'll probably recommend either one of these, but I like the middle one as well. You can use any shape you'd like. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to take my chocolate, I'm actually going to pour my first bit into the bottom just to ensure that the bottom part, the little bowl, is completely coated. Then I'm going to use a paintbrush. I'm going to lift it up like that and just kind of let it find its way first before I guide it with my brush. If it's not moving, then you can go ahead and guide it some. You want to bring it all the way up to the top, but try your best not to come over the edge like that. If that happens, just gonna have to wipe it off either with a damp rag or moist towel. But you want to bring it all the way up to the sides. The reason why you don't want it to lop over the side like that, it's going to make it all that more difficult to unmold if it's holding onto the side. So go ahead and turn and use your brush to go ahead and just gently bring that chocolate all the way up the sides. I'm just going to brush out like that. I'm being very gentle with my brush. I'm going to definitely recommend doing 2 coats. And in order to do the second coat, you want to let the first coat actually completely harden. And you can do that just by putting it in the refrigerator. Okay? Using my brush. If you see any parts inside of there where you can still see the pink part inside, just lightly cover it, which is fine. But don't let it bother you too much because the second coating should actually take care of any other abnormalities or thin parts that you see inside of there. So go ahead and feel free to brush it all the way up your sides. Okay? And don't worry if the corners will start off to look kind of jagged once you start, but you can always fix that. I'm going to show you how to fix it. Okay? Once you have that, I normally do a top and bottom, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. You're going to put this in the refrigerator. What you're going to end up with is this absolutely cutesy wootsy little box, okay? End up with a nice little box, looks like that, okay? This is actually just 2 boxes. I did 2. It's just top and bottom, but that's what it's going to end up looking like. You can always clean up your edges just by taking a hot knife, a warm knife, and just rubbing it against the edges. That way you can kind of get those nice smooth finishes on your edges, okay? So that's going to be for your chocolate box. Always impressive, right? Okay. Next, we're going to make chocolate mousse. So I have here 4 egg yolks. I have 4 egg whites. I have maybe a 1.5 cups of sugar. I'm not going to use the entire thing because I just want to give a little bit of flavor, but also kind of want to whip these up. And I also have some heavy whipping cream. So what I'm going to do, and of course, my chocolate. This is 8 ounces of semi-sweet. You can use bittersweet, whichever one you like, or milk chocolate will work as well too. So I am going to take a little bit of sugar, rain it into my yolks, and we're going to mix that up. You want to get it nice and fluffy, okay? This is called ribbon stage, where it's going to get nice and thick. That's exactly what you want, okay? Next, we're going to whip up the heavy cream. There's no need to put any sugar inside of your heavy cream because there's going to be plenty of that to go around as far as the chocolate is concerned, okay? So I'm actually going to go ahead and whip this up. Perfect. You want that to be nice and thick. Not till it turns to butter, of course, but you want it to be nice and thick, okay? Now, when you're doing your whites, you actually do not want to get any of the fat. Notice I didn't bother rinsing off between the yolks and the cream. That's no problem because the fat content is no problem and they're gonna kind of mix together anyway. However, when you're making a meringue, you actually don't want to get any fat in there because they actually won't whip right. So, I am going to rinse these off and I'm gonna whip these up for you. Give them a nice dry. There we go. That way, we're going to ensure that we get the best meringue possible. Now, rein in just a touch of sugar with your meringue. And whip these up as well. Perfect. Nice, smooth meringue. So now, I'm gonna have 4 components, okay? The 4 components are these. You're going to have first, you want your yolks. I'm actually gonna take my yolks and put them into a different bowl. Okay, nice and thick. That's called ribbon stage, they're nice and thick like that. That's beautiful. It's gonna give you nice, airy, delicious meringue. Okay? Next, we're gonna put in our chocolate. You want your chocolate to be nice and warm when you do this. If your chocolate is too cold, then it's gonna just not work out very well. So, working quickly now, okay? I'm going to put my chocolate in with my eggs first. The order actually matters, okay? Working quickly, I'm just gonna fold in the yolks and the chocolate. Next, the meringue's gotta go in as quickly as possible. I'm gonna take that and we're gonna mix that quickly. Mix, 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 working from the middle all the way out. Finally, the cream's gonna go in. Go, go, go. This is when you really gotta work to get that in there really quickly because the cream is still cold. And so that's gonna start trying to set your chocolate up. It's gonna start tightening up and the chocolate's gonna start getting hard, which is as it's supposed to. Oh, this is perfect. Nice, fluffy, smooth chocolate mousse, okay? So, we are gonna set this entire thing up. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So now, we have our chocolate box and our mousse. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna use a Ziploc bag. Works fine as a piping bag if you're at home. It's just fine. Just gonna put some of this wonderfulness inside of here so we can pipe it out nicely. And as you put it in the refrigerator, it's actually gonna get tighter. It's just gonna get a lot thicker as well too. So if you're looking at it now and say it's kind of thin, it's no problem, okay? I'm gonna cut the opposite end off, just the corner. That way I can control, it won't come gliding out when I'm not ready. So, I'm just gonna allow that to go right into my box, like that, okay? Then I wanna take the top of my box because it's so cute. Turn it sideways like a little gift for someone. And then, I'm gonna have my wonderful fruit to nicely garnish. Come on over there, fruit, be nice. Couple pieces to make it sit really pretty and lovely. And that, my friends, is a delicious chocolate mousse in a chocolate box. Enjoy!